Alright, so it sounds like you are open to trying some new methods to help you fall asleep. Yes, okay. What about when you fall asleep? Do you stay asleep or do you wake up in the middle of the night? Maybe even reading a book? This is a great time to stop using your phone. So usually an hour before bed, my recommendation would be to put your phone away about an hour before bed. The recommended temperature is to be at 67. I know that's very cold. Again, following up with this, try to only use a lamp before bed because again, those bright lights are going to mess with your circadian rhythm. Hello there. Hi. Welcome in. Yeah. Did you have an appointment today? You did. Okay. Yeah. Can I get your first name? Okay. And your last name? Okay. Now, okay. Yeah, your appointment was, yeah. Thank you for coming in a little bit early. I always appreciate that. I do have a few questions for you before we get started. Yes, okay. Is the address on here correct? 1700 Willow Drive? Okay, perfect. Alright, and date of birth? Okay, 98, perfect. Yes. Do you have any allergies? No. Okay. And who is your emergency contact? Okay. First name? Okay. Last name? Okay. Perfect. Yes. What's their phone number? Okay, got it. Wonderful. So looks like we've got all the things that we need listed. So since you are here at the sleep clinic, is this your first time coming in? Yeah. Okay. Well, what's been going on lately? Okay, so you are having a hard time falling asleep. Yeah, okay. What about when you fall asleep? Do you stay asleep or do you wake up in the middle of the night? Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night. Okay. No, that's perfect. I'm just gonna jot that down. And yes, hard time falling asleep. Yes, have you tried taking any supplements for your sleep problems? No. Okay, no supplements. Okay. Are you open to taking any supplements? You are? Okay. Yeah. Have you been curious about any? Yes. Alright, so it sounds like you are open to trying some new methods to help you fall asleep. Yes, okay. So, do you have a bedtime right now? You don't? Okay, well, having a bedtime is really important. I know it feels kind of annoying, especially when it's the summertime and you don't have to wake up at a specific time. But having a bedtime is really important because it kind of gets your mind and body into a routine. So when it's a specific when it's a specific time, like your bedtime, your body will know and it'll start to get sleepy and you can start falling asleep. Yeah. What do you think is a good bedtime for you? Okay. 10 or 11? Yeah. Alright, let's set the goal to be 10 or 11 p.m. So, do you have a bedtime routine? Okay, you don't have a bedtime routine. Okay, so my recommendation is to start developing a bedtime routine or kind of a time to unwind. So, usually this is about an hour before you go to bed. So this is where you can do things like brushing your teeth, doing some skincare, maybe having like a tea before bed, or maybe even reading a book. This is a great time to stop using your phone. So like usually an hour before bed, it's recommended that you don't look at any blue light or expose yourself to any blue light because it kind of messes with your circadian rhythm. So my recommendation would be to put your phone away about an hour before bed and try to use that time, whether it's reading a book, maybe you are talking to your partner in bed or a family member, or maybe you have like a magazine that you can flip through, but it's really important to give yourself that time. And if an hour seems like too much, maybe we can do 30 minutes before bed. Yeah. What seems more doable for you? 30 minutes. Alright, so 30 minutes. Got it. Okay. So another thing that's really important is making sure that you are keeping your room nice and cold. If the room is hot, it's going to be harder for our bodies to fall asleep. So if you are able to control the temperature in your home, if you could lower it. So the recommended temperature is to be at 67. I know that's very cold. Yes, that is very cold for me too. So what I would recommend is keeping it between 67 to 73. Yeah, and if that's not possible, maybe just turning a fan on in your room. Alright. And I'm just taking notes here so at the end of our session I can print them out and give them to you so you have a physical copy of what we spoke about here, and you can use that when you're kind of preparing your bedtime routine. And if you kind of forget what we talk about, which is okay, you can have that to reference back to. Yes. Okay. Another great thing is to reduce light exposure. So in your room, if there is a window, make sure it is closed. Blinds are closed. If you have a curtain, make sure your curtain is covering your window. You want to make sure that your room is as dark as possible to allow your body to relax. Again, if there's light, it's going to affect your circadian rhythm, so you're not going to be able to fall asleep. So, with that being said, make sure there is no lightness in your room. If there is light and you absolutely can't control it, getting an eye mask really helps. That's what I use. I have this like spongy eye mask, so it's comfortable when I wear it. So when I turn, I'm not, it's not like pushing into my skin. It's really soft and kind of plush, and it's pretty comfortable to wear. Oh yes, if you do have lights in your room, again following up with this, try to only use a lamp before bed, because again those bright lights are going to mess with your circadian rhythm. Yeah, so tell me, do you drink any coffee or caffeine drinks, like energy drinks? Okay, coffee, yeah. How many cups of coffee do you have a day? 3. All right. Around what type of day do you have these drinks? All right. Okay. And so going back to these drinks, my recommendation would be to stop drinking caffeine past 5 p.m. because that's kind of, caffeine can linger in your body for a few hours. And I think if your bedtime is 10, giving it that 5-hour buffer period would be absolutely perfect. 6 the latest, but no caffeine drinks past 5 p.m. Okay. All right. Have you tried any relaxing techniques, like some deep breathing before bed, or maybe some meditation, or some people like to listen to ASMR before bed? Yeah. Oh, you like to listen to ASMR before bed? Okay. Well, then this is a great time to do that, especially if you are in that 30 minutes before bed when we're putting our screens away. If you want to play at ASMR in the background, that would be perfect. Get you sleepy. I think Spotify even has timers. You can set like a 30-minute timer. Yeah, if it's possible, set a timer so you can just fall asleep whenever you like, and you don't need to worry about staying up so you can stop the video or the audio. Yeah, okay. Alright, another thing that people really enjoy are white noise machines, or even just white noise in general. You can use a machine, you can use your phone if you don't want to go out and get a machine. That is something that's really great if you don't enjoy sleeping in complete silence. That would be super helpful. It's just kind of comforting to have a little bit of a fuzzy, kind of a staticky sound in the background. Yeah, I would recommend it. Yes, so now that we've kind of talked about those things, another thing I want to kind of talk to you about is reserving your bed for sleep only. So your bed should be, you want to associate it with sleep. So that means we don't want to spend long periods of time in our bed. Yes. Yeah, I can be guilty of that too because it's so comfortable and you want to lay in it. But sometimes when we associate our bed with kind of just like hanging out time, it's going to be really hard for our bodies to fall asleep. So it's kind of like that Pavlov technique. Like as soon as you see something, you associate it with something else and then you get sleepy. Yeah, and that's great with reading books too. If you know that you like to read before bed, reading a book and then while you're in bed can kind of get you to start falling asleep. Alright, and the last thing I have for you is supplements. This is not always the first thing I recommend. I recommend a few things before, like the things that I listed. But for supplements, you can use items like magnesium, melatonin, and sleepy time tea, which is technically not a supplement, but that is an option for you if you're interested. Yes, I will make a note of it here. Yes, these things can totally be bought over the counter. Yes, alright, I will type out just a few more notes here, and then I will get it emailed over to you, and you can use this when you're having a hard time falling asleep. Yes. Alright, well, thank you for coming in, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks. I want to hear the update. Have you been able to fall asleep a little bit easier? Let me know. Alright. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time. Remember, if you want to see more from us, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on Patreon. So, yeah, maybe I'll see you there. Bye.
I hope you take a moment to join me on Psychetruthpatreons.com, where you will find dozens of exclusive videos that we have either had to remove from YouTube or that will never be posted on YouTube. And of course, there's plenty of bloopers and behind the scenes as well, so you can see everything that goes into our video creation process. If you like this video and would like to help us create